Okay, so number 41 is pretty tricky. It says let f and g be differentiable functions. So they are continuous functions with the following properties. All the y values of g of x are greater than 0, so they're all positive for all of x, all of its domain. F of 0 is equal to 1. This is this part that will make or break you on this problem. You'll see here in just a bit. If we're given the following function and we're told that its derivative is equal to this, and we're trying to find f of x, what we need to do is we need to first verify how did they get h prime of x is equal to the following from this function here. So by hand we can do the product rule and say that h prime of x is going to equal the first times the derivative of the second, and it's going to be added with the second times the derivative of the first. Now notice a pair that we have. We have, from what we solved by hand, this is equal to what was established to us as h prime of x. This means one of these two terms is equal to 0, because it would make this product cancel out and these two terms would match up. So which one is equal to 0? Well, we know it's not g of x because all of those are positive values. So it has to be f prime of x is equal to 0. Okay, so this gets rid of that, but we're still not done yet with the tricky part. Is we know that canceled out because f prime of x was equal to 0 from what was given to us. But we're trying to find what is f of x. So what is this value equal? Well, if f of 0 is equal to 1, that means when my input is 0, when my x is equal to 0, my output for f is 1. That means I can substitute this as h prime of 0 is equal to f of 0 times g prime of 0. Okay, all of my x values are 0. And what was given to us here, we know that f of 0 is 1. So h prime of 0 is equal to 1, so I don't even have to write that down, is g prime of 0. So from this, we can conclude that f of x is equal to 1. Because if we're looking for f of x in this equation, for these two to equal, whenever my x value input is 0, that means this value, f of 0, has to equal 1. And that's what was told to us over here. F of 0 did equal 1. So verifying that with our input of x is equal to 0, we're going to say that it's still verified here. Because for h prime of 0 to equal g prime of 0, g prime of x has to equal h prime of x. And the only way for that to happen is if this f of x, which we're showing here, is equal to 1. So that's why E is the answer.